Hi guys, my name's Adelaide and welcome to Adelaide Stitches. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about cross stitch. Today it is Friday the 4th of April. It is after 1 o'clock, so we're getting to the afternoon and I have a little bit of time before I go pick up the kids, so I thought it'd be nice to come film my weekly stitching update. So what have I done this week? It has been very busy, and actually in an effort to kind of streamline my cross-stitching process, I actually have made myself a wheel. So this is what it looks like. It is a tiny Decisions stitching wheel and I have put every single WIP I have on there, and I have 42 at the moment, which was interesting to go through and put them all on and see. And it's been a fun week in a way because I've been spinning this to work out what I'm stitching, and I have worked on some different projects. So let's start with what I worked on first. I worked on Castle Homecoming by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. That was the first one I spun last week, which I haven't touched for a really long time. So this was a sal, not last year because that was the Arctic Animal one, it was the year before that. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, I got a friend, of course. And I still haven't got it finished. What a surprise, but that's okay. I got some really good progress on it this week actually. So let's show you where I'm up to. Here we are. So I am stitching mine on 28 count Ice Blue Lugana, and I love how it's looking. I have changed quite a few of the colors just to brighten it up a bit, and if you're interested you can email me and I can send you what colors I'm using. But last time you saw it, I did have the king done and a little bit the start of the grass and the start of the tent, and look how much I've done now. So I've started the border, I have finished the tent and started the sky. I have gone across and finished all this green grass, and I've even done the little jousting scene and the campfire. Isn't that cute? I just love it. I admit I really wasn't sure when I saw that it was levels when the sale was revealed, I guess like, I don't know, a year and a half ago now. But now I'm stitching it. I really love it and it's really fun. I really enjoyed myself with this one. So I did, well, I'm not sure exactly, I've got written around 800 stitches. So that's just kind of based on counting the square blocks of stitches because I don't have this one in Pattern Keeper or anything like that. But yeah, really, really pleased with how it's going, and it was fun to get it out and do some more on it. It's funny, this is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery sale, the one I'm not planning to have finished this year, but it was such fun to work on it. I thought I definitely have to get it out again soon. So yeah, that was my first bit of stitching. And then the next one was spun, was actually became a finish, which isn't that amazing? I never planned to have a finish this week. So this is from Hello Halloween book by Teresa Kogut, and I think I'll have to put a picture up. I'm not sure I can show you without showing a chart. No, I can't. So I'll put a picture up of Spooky Cat. That was the one I started last year in my 31 days of Halloween stitching, and I finished it this week. So here we are. How cute does that look? Actually, it was pretty much all black I had to do. So I had to finish that big S, and then I had to come across and do the K and the Y. Oh, and the Goldie Star. So one color. But it was pretty simple. It was pretty fun, and I love how it looks. I'm thinking this will be a cushion. Isn't it going to be so cute? Although, I'm going to be talking about this later. It could maybe be a drum. I don't know if it's long enough. A tiny drum. I'm not sure, but how cute does that look? And this is on 16 count Bushfire Natural. It is quite a rustic Aida. Isn't the mottling beautiful? And it's by Paddock Designs. And this was a really lovely gift from Peggy Still Stitching. She's on YouTube. She has a fantastic floss tube. She's an Australian floss tuber like me, and I'll link her below if you want to check her out. But wasn't it just the perfect fabric? And actually I've got plans for another one in the book to do on this part of the fabric. It is, see if I can show you. the Prim Witch, I'm pretty sure it's called. And here it is. Okay. This one, actually they've done it on 2 different fabrics. Doesn't she look great on both? But I think kind of matching, she would look great on that color too. So that is my plan, well, one of my plans, one of my billions of plans for next Halloween for the rest of that fabric. But no, really please, it's really nice to have a little finish. And that was all the DMC, so I didn't use any of the weeks that was suggested, and I think it looks really good in the DMC. So that was spooky. And then, oh, I spun my wheel again, and this came up, which, yeah, I haven't touched for a very long time. Did I touch it last year? That is a very good question. And it's a kit. This is Sewing Fun by Bothy Threads. I got it as a present for Christmas from my brother. Not last Christmas. It would have been the Christmas before. Maybe it was the Christmas before that. That's scary, isn't it? But I actually tuned in for the Lindy Stitches event. Was it the Nash Stash-a-thon? And it was a shame I didn't get to any of the stitching rooms, but I did get to the designer chats because they started at 3 AM Sunday morning, my time. And it worked out well, actually, because I had bought a ticket just in case. And then I couldn't get to it on Saturday and I was a bit disappointed, but then Sunday, yeah, a kid was up and they went back to bed and I just stayed up and watched the designer chats, which was heaps of fun. And I had spun Sewing Fun, and that's what I got out, and it was the perfect stitching for listening to all the designers speak, who were just so fascinating. And I just stitched on the carpet, sorry. Bring it up a bit. I just stitched on the carpet while I was listening to them. So yeah, how fun was that? And I actually kind of reached my goal. Not that I particularly had one, but in my head, my idea was to get half of this stitched because the pattern comes on 2 pages, half and half. So stitch half, back stitch it, then do the other half. So I actually finished all my cross stitching for this half, which was very exciting. So I filled in 3/4 of all the blue carpet. So there it is. I love how it looks. So now I'm actually up to back stitching this half. And I even was brave and started the French knots, which are going to be a bead jar, that one. How cute is it? So yeah, really actually excited to get back to this. And this is on 28 count antique white Lugana. I swapped it out, the Aida of the kit, to do it on this because I quite enjoy stitching on this fabric. And hey, look at the bright colours. It's going to look so good once I get the back stitch in. So that is what I would like to get to next. We will see when it's spun again how it keeps stitching, or how I keep stitching it. So then after that, what did I spin? Oh, I spun, and it's funny because I've been meaning to work on this for a while, but it was good to get back there, Mini Witchwood Express. So this is the artwork by Lisa Parker, and it is from Heaven and Earth Designs, the company, and I'll put a picture of it up. And this is my kind of focus full coverage. When I do get to focus on it, because I tend to like to jump around a bit. And how many stitches I did? I did 1,015 stitches. And here it is. How great does it look? So actually, I probably should go in with water and get rid of these water-soluble lines that I've marked in, because this is the end of the chart. And I think I pretty much put those 1,000 stitches in the background. So I'm still working on the smoke and kind of, I guess, the outline of the train, but it's getting closer. It's getting closer, and I think it looks fantastic. I love it. This is on 28 count Lugana. I'm doing 2/1 tent stitch, and I was really worried it was too dense, especially my cat. If you feel her in real life, she is really, really bumpy, really, really dense, but it's looking fantastic. And it's funny because I think all my full coverage is now on 25 count, so maybe I'll rethink that. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I was really excited, and it was nice. The way it works, so I worked on this and I did 1015 stitches, and that brought me to 22,324 stitches out of 85,150 stitches. And I didn't realize I was really lucky to get this stitched on and done, because this week my tablet died, the one I have Pattern Keeper on. So all is not lost. I have luckily exported it recently, all my files. I say me, my husband did, thank you for doing that, because he's very big on backing up. We've watched things where people said, oh, I lost everything. So no, I haven't, it's all exported. So he's got another tablet. I am going to try and put Pattern Keeper on and upload the original files and then export my progress across to it. But I was really pleased I got this stitched before that happened, because that's going to take me some time to sit down and do all that. Time we should be stitching, but that's okay. That's what happens. And actually my next project is when my tablet stopped working, and I spun Enchanted Quaker by Luminous Fibre Arts. So I'll put a picture of that one up. And I was very lucky in that I managed to get one motif finished, and that was the star. So that's kind of the new bit. And then it stopped working and I could not get it to turn on again, and I have no idea how many stitches are in that star or what I am up to. And actually I'll probably have to re-enter that in Pattern Keeper when I get it back, because I'll have all the old progress but I won't have that new bit. But that's okay, it's only one motif, I can do that. I'll find out how many stitches then. But yeah, how great does this look? So this is 32 count. Isn't it beautiful? 32 count Witch's Brew. It is an Opal Lugana by Paddock Designs, and I am stitching on it with DMC 29. So I love how it looks. I started this at a retreat with Peggy still stitching, who I mentioned before, and she has finished hers. It looks amazing. So I have a way to go because it's quite a big design and it will come pretty much to the other side of the fabric. But oh well, I have longer to enjoy it, I suppose. I don't know. But then she's enjoying it finished. That doesn't really work. That's okay. We both love where we're up to on ours. So yes, this is yeah, really pleased. It was nice to get it out again. It was a shame about my tablet, but oh well, it happens, doesn't it? It happens. And actually I have wondered, so I actually filmed these videos on my iPad, and I thought, well, maybe should I just kind of end Pattern Keeper and move over to markup and have it all on my iPad, which could be really convenient, or do I go back to Pattern Keeper and reload everything? So I'll have to work that out and make some decisions. I've heard some fantastic things about markup. I mean, really the only drawback I've heard is the subscription model it has. So while Pattern Keeper is a one-off fee, which is really nice, and you've got your stuff forever, well, as long as your tablet works and you have your files saved, markup you do have to renew and pay for every year. So yes, I'll be working that out this week. So that is Enchanted Quaker, and then what did I work on? I had a new start. So on April 1st, my friend Ro from Ro's Crafty Corner, it is a duo floss tube with Ro and Kylie, but it is Ro's birthday month in April. Happy birthday, Ro. And she is having a sale. So her sale goes all of April, and it has a hashtag, which I think, did I write it down? I did. It's Ro's Birthday Sale 25. So I will put the hashtag down in the comments, in the description. So you know what it is, because birthday is BDAY. So you've got the right one. And feel free to join it. The topic is do something new, which is a really nice idea, because sometimes we just need a little push to try something new. So I kind of flitted between 100 different things of what I could do. And then in the end, a really lovely watcher of this channel, who we chat through email, Sam, she, after seeing this wonderful pattern from Sherry sent me a picture of this finished but as a drum using a Helen D tutorial, and it was so cute. I'm gonna put a picture of it in. I asked her if I could put it up and she said yes I could, and I thought that's it, I've never done a drum, that's what I want to do, something new. So this actually, Bees and Honey by Tiny Modernist, was my new start. Aren't they gorgeous? They're so cute. And even better, paper pattern, doesn't need pattern keeper. So this is where I got to. Oh, isn't the bee cute? I love it. So this is 32 count deep sea glass linen by Number 12 Stitch Co. I have this scrap left of it, which is kind of a funny shape, but could work. I could technically do like all 4 of these. So that is food for thought. And yes, I have pretty much focused on the bee. Other than the back stitch, I think all the cross stitches of the bee are done. And I just have the flowers to do around the pattern. So we have a look. Yeah, it's gonna look so cute. I thought about doing white, but I saw this blue and I could see all 4 on it and it just called me. And I think it does look good on the blue. So I'm pleased I went with that and chose it. So yeah, really excited. It's just going to be a small with that different finish, but that will be really exciting. It has just occurred to me now, I didn't bother to work out how much fabric I need that way for the drum, but you know what? I can always sew on a piece and make it longer if need be. Some bee fabric to match. It'll work out. So yeah, really excited about my new start. And as it's a paper pattern, I don't have any statistics, but that's okay. So that, and oh, my needle minders, that's a pretty one, that one. Most of them actually are from JK's Cross Stitch Supplies. I'll put the address of her shop. It is an Australian online needlecraft shop, but yeah, really lovely. I think all the ones I've shown have been from her so far. So that was my new start. So was that all my stitching this week? Sorry, I'm just going to look at my notes I've written down here. Okay, I did touch something else, but I didn't do much on it. And actually this kind of leads me to Whipgo calls, so let's go there. So I touched my Arctic Animal Sale because that was one of my Whipgo calls for last month, March. And I wanted to get some more done on it. I didn't get that far, but oh well. So at the beginning of March, I said this was Whipgo and that I'd like to catch up. It is all out now. Yeah, so that didn't happen, did it? This is the Arctic Animal Sale by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Put a picture up. So you can see it all beautifully finished, which mine will be one day. And then this is mine. So what did I do in March? I did the harp seal and I have started the bear. So I have made some progress. I guess what I've got to finish the bear, do the narwhal, and then I've got the heading, one border, and I'm done. So I am a lot closer, but it's not where in a dream world, I wanted it to be, but that's okay. I'm going to leave that Whipgo call kind of open. And if I finish it by the end of the year, which I would really like to do, I mean, how cute, I want this framed and up on my wall, then yes, I will then count it. Now this fabric it's on is 28 count Lugana, hand dyed by me. Doesn't it look good? I really like it. I'm not sure why I did it in the middle, and I'm feeling it even more now. If I'd just done it this way, I could have all this free for my Extraordinary Birds sale, which is coming out tomorrow. Yes, because it comes out in Australia the 5th of April. So we will be having a discussion about fabric for that later too. But yes, so that's kind of where this Whipgo core got up to for March. Sorry about that. That's very flash, isn't it? Because I don't have any needle binders. You know, you can never find one when you want one. But yeah, I did do some stitching. Pleased it's coming along. So that is my Arctic Animal sale. And then that leads me to my other Whipgo call. So the other Whipgo call I had in March was Ode to Autumn, which is somewhere in this big pile I've got here. Here it is. So this is the cross stitcher magazine version I'm doing with the blue fabric and the beads and the Etoile metallic thread by Tiny Modernist. So you can get it as a PDF on her site now. I'll put a picture of it in. Hers is on the grey. And this was my other Whipgo call. In an ideal world, I wanted to get to 50%, but actually I'm thinking now, even if I had spun it, I couldn't have worked on it once my pattern keeper went, because I've got it in pattern keeper now. So this will have to wait till I get my tablet situation sorted. But regardless, I got to 39% last week when I worked on it. So that is a lot of progress. I mean, what I stitched, yeah, all that in March. I am pleased with that, getting a house, you know what? And I feel pretty much that if I did the trees there and kind of got up to here, that I really would be heading to that 50% mark, because this is like a backstitch verse in the middle. So pleased with my progress. I will leave that Whipgo call open too. I'm pretty sure by the end of the year I will definitely be there. How great does this look? So this is the called for fabric in the magazine, which was 28 count blue spruce linen by Zweigart. And I love it. It's really nice to stitch on, and I just think the design looks so good on that colour. So yeah, just using the called for DMC so far. Well, actually all the called for. And I think, yes, the magazine puts the etoile in the windows there. And then also I haven't stitched it yet in the big moon, which will be gorgeous as well. So they were my March Whipgo. So looking at April Whipgo, the numbers, so what, 4 and 10 have been called. So I was thinking, now I haven't shown any of my daily stitches, really. They're still behind and they're in Pattern Keeper. So they're not catching up at the moment. I will, once I get the tablet sorted out, get back to that and catch that up. This is my A Year in Stitches, the free pattern by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Put a picture of that up. I have the instructions below in the description if you'd like to get the free pattern. It's really fun. So that will be worked on for my Whipgo call for April. I think the first one I was going to put as catching up this. And this is 324 by Works by ABC. I'll put a picture of that one up. So this will be my first April Whipgo call. As you know, I fell very behind in March and thought, no, I need to step back and have a break from it because I'd made mistakes and had to unpick. And I fixed my mistakes. I've restitched what I had stuffed up, but I would like to get back to it, not only a block a day, but I catch up quite a lot I missed. So that will be a focus for April once I get my tablet working, well, a different tablet with Pattern Keeper working again and it all imported. So that is the aim. Isn't it beautiful? I can appreciate the rainbow gradient this week. I'm far enough away from the mistake and unpicking. It's like, yeah, it is gorgeous. I need to get back to it. So this is stitched on the called for 36 count antique white linen, 2 strands of DMC. It's full cross and it's the version using 324 DMC colours. So that will be a focus for this month. I'd like to get caught up on it. And then my other Whipgo call, I have had this hankering to stitch on a Flossy Fox Shop piece that I don't think I've stitched on this year yet. And it is called Water Lily Dragon. I'll put a picture of it up. It is available on her Etsy store. I got it through her Patreon last year and that's when I started it. And because at that time we were watching Raya the Last Dragon, which, yeah, my kids and I really like watching, I decided to change it to Sisu the Water Dragon, and I changed the colours of her too. Now looking at this, I'm actually thinking of going back and changing the flower to be the matching purples as well, because I was just using called for colours for that, and now I'm thinking it doesn't really suit it. But I want to get that all worked out and some stitching done on it this April. So I guess if that would be number 4, this will be number 10, because they were the 2 Whipgos called for April. So yeah, that is my plan. Have I written down? I have from my whip parade where it was up to. which is helpful. So this is up to 1,003 stitches out of 4,315, which is 23.24%. So yeah, it's a quarter of the way, or almost 23.24, nearly a quarter of the way. Less if I unpick and restitch that in a different colour. Yes, because I thought, well, maybe purple flowers all round would look good and fit in with this fabric. So this is 14 count Aida, hand dyed by me. Yes, and that's hard to believe, actually. Okay, that came out well, doesn't it? But yeah, really like it. And actually, what have I started listening to? I'm way behind the curve, way behind everyone else. I think it's Fourth Wing. Yes, and I'm up to the second book. What's it called? I have a terrible name. Something Flame. Iron Flame? Does that sound right? Sorry, I have a terrible memory when it comes to books. I enjoy reading them, but then afterwards I'm like, well, what was that called? Who's the characters? Like, I can kind of remember what happened, but all the details, I don't know. Maybe I'm too busy enjoying it to take it in. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, it's full of dragons, and so I thought, oh yes, I want to stitch some more dragons. So Sisu, you need to get some progress this month. So that is my other plan for Whipgo. And what else, since we're jumping all around? All right, well, let's talk a bit about haul then. So I don't have heaps of haul, not like last week with all the fabric, but I guess I have some digital. So sorry, too much in my brain. I have got my Gecko Rouge pattern for this month because I'm part of their Patreon, Gecko and Me, and it is gorgeous. It is a Joe Lundy and it is called Enchanted Lake, and I'll pop a picture of it up. It is so beautiful. So it is 367 by 253, so a little bit bigger than the ones they've been doing. I don't know how many stitches because, once again, pattern keeper. But I'm guessing it would be around 85 to 90,000 stitches like the others have been, but beautiful pattern. Nice fall pattern too, I thought, with do you think it's a birch with the yellow? I wasn't sure. But gorgeous. Or maybe a willow, the way the leaves are hanging, but then they could be falling for autumn. Anyway, beautiful pattern. Really like that one. I saw that and thought, oh, so peaceful and serene. It'd be such a joy to stitch. And the other really interesting thing about it is I feel like it's two pictures in one. Like, you could stitch either half and they would look amazing and people would think that's just the picture. I mean, obviously together they are phenomenal, but yeah, I just thought that was really interesting about this piece. So that was my Gecko Rouge, I guess, haul. As well as that, I did speak about how I wanted to start Cordelia by Bella Filipina, so I'll pop a picture of her up. I have not had time, unfortunately. I got to her this week. I am thinking maybe she can be a reward start for when I'm kind of, yeah, when I've put in a few uni assignments and got more up to date with that. So while I haven't started that yet, and she's quite big, isn't she? My eldest son caught on and is like, well, what are you stitching for me? And I'm like, oh, okay. You're noticing what I stitch and who I stitch for, and it's got to be one for each tail. Okay, I should have guessed that. It's nice they care, nice they care. So my next piece of haul is, and I'll put a picture in because I've only got a printout here, is we talked about what he likes, and he loves space at the moment. So I have purchased the Sal. This is the printer I've got, Wonders of the Hubble Space Telescope. And this is by Climbing Goat Designs. So I'll put the picture up there, and it is amazing. So I got the pattern printed, and oh my gosh, it's like 44 pages. And that is because you don't just get the cross stitch pattern, you get so much detail. Detail, which my son reads every space book there is. He is space mad. Anything watch on space, he's got to know about it. And so he is going to definitely be reading this with me. And it's all about the Hubble Space Telescope and how it came about, what happened once it was launched, and then everything, every scene has been, or picture has been specifically chosen for a reason, because it's a particular nebula or certain galaxies colliding or a special star. Like, it's so interesting. It's kind of like all milestones in what it has seen. So the information you get with this pattern is absolutely phenomenal. I can highly recommend it, and I can't wait to start stitching it. And I was having a look, and the closest thing I've got to start it on is this beautiful, beautiful linen. Oh, look how good it looks. So this is from Color Cascade. This is 28 count linen, and it is Blueberry Pie. Now, this piece isn't small. It is 158 by 199. So thoughts I've had about trying to get it to fit on this fabric. At the moment, hold it up, it will fit with about an inch side to side around it. So inch there, which really isn't much margin. So I was thinking of leaving off, see, it's got quite a few square borders, maybe just doing the first border. Well, actually, it would just be the outline of the squares, wouldn't it? And not doing this border on each side. I mean, that might get me 10 stitches. A bit more, so it fitted. That's what I was thinking. I mean, I do frame them myself, and when you have a look, I have less than an inch each side on my caterpillar cross stitch Winter Wonderland, Christmas Wonderland. I got it, remembered the name. And obviously less than an inch on my Rider Bike, the Christmas one. So it can be framed that way. I can do it, or I could always turn it into a wall hanging, because a wall hanging you only need a 1/4 inch seam, so I'd have more than enough. So that, yeah, that is my thought. Isn't it beautiful? I just think it would look so good. And as you see, kind of the top of where the telescope is the fabric showing through, as well as the bigger background. So yeah, I think that could look fantastic. So that's what I am thinking. Obviously, once again, that's a time thing. I have plenty of time to stitch Cordelia and the Hubble Space Telescope, and then I know if they go around saying, oh, Mum's stitching this for me, Mum's stitching this for me, what's my youngest going to say? He's going to catch on, isn't he? So I had a quick look, and luckily I have a WIP I think will do for him. Fingers crossed. So this is a kit I've started. I have shown it in my WIP parade, and I thought this might give me the impetus to get back to Bothy Threads Cut Through Steam Train. Isn't it cute? It's so funny. Yeah. I mean, I know he already loves the chickens. And look at that silly duck and the goose in the train. Yeah, he's 4. So, yes. I better get a move on. So, I am just doing this on the kit Aida. And gotta get my board. This is where I'm up to. So, yeah, I've got quite a bit of work to do. Just quite a bit, don't I? You know, probably if I only stitch those 3 things to the end of the year, that would take up all my stitching time. But I can't think like that. I'm just going to keep going and see how I go and have fun and enjoy it, because look at these bright colours. It's the cutest design ever. It's going to look amazing. I love cut-throughs. So, yeah. And you know what? I think this was one of my whips of shame, because I started it when I was pregnant with my eldest and he's 7. So it would be nice to have this done. Maybe before it's 10 years old. I've got a goal now. Okay, so that's kind of haul plans. And then I've got my most immediate plan. The Extraordinary Bird Sale starts tomorrow by Lola Crow, and I'm having fabric problems in deciding. So I'm going to show some. And if there's any you think, yes, that's the one, let me know. Because I've printed out her instructions she sent, and I have been reading them I've been studying them. I've probably studied these more than my assignments, to be honest. Because I'm trying to get this fabric right and it's very important. Or not, but anyway, it'd be nice to get it right. Okay, so this I'll start with Lola Crow tomorrow. I'll put a picture of the sneak peek in. You can join in anytime or wait and buy it when it's finished. It's up to you. It is size-wise 181 by 226. So another small start by me. I seem to love the big ones at the moment. It's my big era. Okay, so studying her advice on fabric. As you know, last week I showed this one and said, oh, wouldn't that be gorgeous? Maybe I should use this. However, she has said, oh, this is Color Cascade Lugana, 28 count Lugana Athena. No, 32 count Lugana Athena. If you're interested in this beautiful fabric. She has recommended you don't use busy fabrics because there's so much going on with the birds. So I went, okay, I think this is definitely described as a busy fabric. So we'll put that one to the side. It's beautiful. It will be used for someone else, for something else. Okay, so then she said blues. Blues will work. And she also gave, so she has two recommended. One is a hand-dyed fabric sandbar by Stitch Me, which is available overseas. And I must admit, I didn't even look to try and get it because the shipping to Australia would probably take forever. So her other recommended, I actually have a fat quarter of already, and that is, this is Vintage Stormy Night by Zweigart. It's a pre-printed fabric. And it is 32 count Lugana. So I could put it on this. I know she's recommended it. I know white shows up really well on this because I've stitched on it before and it looks really good. So that, I guess, is another option. That would be the safe option. But then she also said blues would look really good. So, okay, blues I have to choose from. I have this hand dyed by me, 28 count Lugana. My only worry is it too light? She said white really needs to show up on it. My other thought was that, let's have a look. So this is Blanc, the messy one, the normal white, and this is B 5200. Maybe I should change my white to B 5200 because I think that does stand out on that a little bit more than the normal white does. So that was one thought I had. It is quite a nice fabric. I have enough of it. I also put most of the colors, I think only the yellow I took out for my B start to use for that. So I'll have to put it back on the ring. But I think a lot of the colors do look good on this. That blue is probably the closest. So that might not show up as much, but it is a little bit brighter. So I think it still would. So that is another option. I could do the hand dyed by me one. I also have two other options. So this is another beautiful Color Cascade linen. This is 32 count Islands of Avalon. It is gorgeous, but is it too bright? I'm not sure. So if we have a look at the colors, a lot of them do look good on it, but there is this blue, which actually I had to get a new skate of. That is used and it is very close. And I thought, oh, is that just going to blend in that bird? Because obviously you want to see it. I'm not sure. See, if I was doing the aquarium, I'd be like, perfect, that'll look amazing. But I'm not sure about the bird. Is it too bright? Is it too blue? Do my flosses show up? I don't know. I have a feeling I am overthinking this way too much, but yeah. This is what's going through my mind right now. Let's see if you can see. So that is another option. Islands of Avalon by Color Cascades. And then my final option, I decided, of the fabric that's big enough and have enough of, is this one. Now this I got on a mist-dye sale. So it does have, let's see if you can see it, a pink spot just there. Can you kind of see it? And it has a dark blue spot on the edge. But I think that's okay. I think I could get round it. I know it's a mystery, but with the frame and everything, I think it would still work. It is a bit busier, but I feel it's not like the other beautiful ice dye fabric. It's not as busy as that. It's a more subtle mottling, and it's kind of between a grey and a blue, I'd say. Looking at it, kind of, it's a little more bluer than you see on the camera, but yes. So that is another option. A lot of the threads, sorry, it's very messy flossing because I got them all out of my stash, but I think the colours do pop on it, so it gets a plus there. I guess downsides are, oh, this is Pool, by the way. Pool, 32 count Lugana by Paddock Designs. So drawback, obviously I've got the two missed dyes, but I don't think they're too bad. I think I could get round them. Other thing is it's an Opal Lugana. I'm not sure how I feel about that with my bird sow. I don't know. I never thought of an opal fabric before. It's just I saw this and thought it will look really good on this. Should I go with it? So I'm not sure, or maybe I should keep this for Christmas. The Opal shine to me is looking like quite a pretty light blue glitter through it. I'm not sure you can see it in the camera though. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. They're my options. The sow comes out tomorrow. So let me know what you think. No pressure or anything. Yeah, we will see. Look, tomorrow's Saturday, so my kids have soccer, so it's going to be really busy. So I won't be starting it immediately anyway. And we've got a month and a half to stitch the frame. If I get it done on time, I'm not that worried. I just join the sales and have fun. So we will see. But yes, that is my stitching, haul, plans, everything kind of intermingled. If you have any thoughts, let me know. And I think, is that everything? Oh, one more thing. The third part of the Fantastical Greenhouse came out. I'll put a picture of it up. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? It's, yeah, I was really excited. I don't think the third part is as much stitching as the other two. Mind you, saying that, I am only still on the first part. I haven't touched it since the week before. This is where mine is looking at, which, oh, looks gorgeous. I need to get back to it. Good thing I'm not starting anything new. But yeah, look at that. It's super cute. It's, yeah, it's gonna look so good. And this is 14 count Aida hand dyed by me using the cord 4 DMC. So yeah, that is kind of everything that's stitchy and new with me. I did, before I go, wanted to thank 2 people. So, well, actually three Flosstube channels. So first Amy from the Nutty Nerdy Needle. She gave me a shout out a while ago. Thank you so much, Amy. It was so lovely of you. It's so nice you enjoy watching me. I enjoy watching you. You definitely should check out Amy. She does phenomenal full coverage assistant stitching. She also is doing 40 for 40. So that is 40 starts this year for her birthday. Isn't that incredible? So if you want some inspiration, I will link her channel below. Definitely go watch her. Second, of course, hi Katie, hi Jeremiah, I haven't forgotten. Always, as I say, go check out Katie, Jeremiah's mum, is her Flosstube. I'll link that below too. And she has started the Black Pearl. It is looking fantastic. So thank you so much for your kind words and Jeremiah's kind words last week too. Really appreciated it. And finally, Ro and Kylie, thank you so much for your kind words, ladies. It is such a wonderful, lovely community. Definitely go check them out, everyone. They're a fantastic, funny duo, and they have that birthday sale going to try something new. So I will have them and the hashtag for Ro's birthday sale below. So yeah, I think that's it. Have a fantastic week, everyone. I will see you next week. Happy stitching and bye.